She never told anyone, not her husband, not her children. Just carried on day after day, pretending the pain was something she could live with. When her daughter finally convinced her to see a doctor, it was too late. Stage 4 colon cancer. The guilt in her daughter's voice when she told us the story never left me. She just didn't want to be a burden, she said, and that right there might be the most heartbreaking truth. So many people, parents, grandparents, spouses, choose silence, not because they aren't afraid, but because they don't want to inconvenience the people they love. They don't want to scare anyone. They don't want to cost anyone anything. But what they don't realize is silence doesn't protect us. It only steals time, time that could have been spent walking in the park, seeing grandkids graduate, holding hands for a few more birthdays. And the tragedy isn't just that the cancer came, it's that it came quietly and it found no resistance. Here on Top 10 Health Warnings, we're not just here to inform. We're here to make sure that no one you love disappears without a fight. Because colon cancer is one of the few diseases where the difference between life and death can be a simple decision. To speak up, to ask for help, to get checked. So let me ask you, have you or someone you love been ignoring small signs? Pains you can't explain? A change in your body you chalked up to age? Have you told yourself it's probably nothing? If so, this video might be the most important thing you'll hear today, because colon cancer, while deadly, is also one of the most preventable and most treatable cancers when caught early. And yet, every year, thousands of people die simply because they never knew what to look for. Or worse, they knew, but stayed silent. Don't let silence be your story. Most people are born with a colon, but very few understand just how powerful and vulnerable that part of the body really is. The colon, along with the rectum, forms the last section of your digestive system. It's where waste gets processed, water gets absorbed, and nutrients make their final pass before exiting your body. But like any part of the body, it can go wrong. And when it does, when cells in the lining of your colon begin to grow out of control, that's when colon cancer begins. But here's the good news. Colon cancer almost never starts as cancer. It starts as something much smaller. What doctors call polyps, tiny, often harmless growths that form on the inside wall of your colon. Most polyps grow slowly over years, and many never turn dangerous, but some do. And here's the key. If those polyps are found and removed in time, the cancer never has a chance to grow. Let that sink in. This isn't just a disease you treat. It's a disease you can stop before it even starts. That's why early screening is so powerful. Instead of waiting until symptoms appear, when cancer may already be growing, screening looks for those tiny polyps and removes them before they can become a threat. On Top 10 Health Warnings, we want you to understand this. You don't have to wait for a symptom to save your life. Instead of reacting after cancer has taken root, you can act early. Instead of undergoing chemo, radiation, or surgery, you might just need a 30-minute procedure. Instead of fear, you can have peace of mind. That's the reality with colon cancer. Early action is everything. But first, you need to know if you're at risk. For decades, people believed colon cancer was an older person's disease, something to worry about after retirement, something you might talk to your doctor about after turning 60 or 65. But the truth has changed, and it's changing fast. Today, more and more people in their 40s, 30s, even late 20s are being diagnosed with colon cancer. Some have no family history, many live healthy lives, and yet the disease finds them. You might remember Chadwick Boseman, actor, icon, and star of Black Panther. He was diagnosed with colon cancer at 39 and passed away at just 43. His death shocked the world, not only because of his talent, but because no one expected a young, vibrant man to be fighting a cancer thought to belong to older people. But it's happening, and it's happening more often. At Top 10 Health Warnings, we read thousands of stories. Real people writing in with fear and grief. A 36-year-old diagnosed after being misdiagnosed for months. A young father told he was too young to need a colonoscopy, only to later discover a tumor. A daughter who lost her 42-year-old brother in less than a year after he finally got tested. The truth is this: age no longer guarantees safety. Yes, the risk increases as we age, but colon cancer doesn't check your birth certificate before it grows. It doesn't care how healthy your lifestyle is, how active you are, or how rare it's supposed to be at your age. If you notice symptoms, blood in your stool, unexplained fatigue, a change in bowel habits, don't wait. Don't assume you're too young or too busy or too healthy, because waiting gives cancer time. Instead of thinking, I'm probably fine, ask, what if I'm not? That single question might save your life, or the life of someone you love. What if your body has been trying to warn you? Colon cancer doesn't always come with loud alarms. Often it whispers, quiet symptoms that can easily be mistaken for something minor or ignored altogether. But for those who faced it, they often say the signs were there. They just didn't know how serious they were. So let's talk about them. Clearly, simply, without fear. 1. A change in your bowel habits. Maybe you're suddenly constipated more often. Maybe diarrhea comes and goes. Or perhaps your stool looks different, thinner, looser, or just not right. Many people chalk this up to age or diet, but if these changes persist, don't brush them off. 2. Blood in your stool. It might be bright red or darker, almost black and tarry. Either way, blood isn't normal. Yes, hemorrhoids can cause bleeding, but so can cancer. If you see blood, even once, talk to your doctor. On Top 10 Health Warnings, we've heard from too many viewers who waited too long. 3. Unexplained anemia. Feeling tired? Out of breath? Foggy? These symptoms could mean you're anemic, low on red blood cells. And one hidden cause? Slow internal bleeding in the colon. 4. Abdominal or pelvic pain. Persistent cramping, bloating, or a feeling of fullness. Even after eating small meals can be a red flag. So can gas that feels different than usual. 5. Unexplained weight loss. If pounds are slipping away and you're not trying to lose them, your body might be fighting something. 6. Nausea or vomiting, especially if paired with other symptoms. This can signal a blockage or growth inside your colon. Now, any one of these can come from other causes, but colon cancer often hides behind common symptoms. That's why doctors say, if you notice even one of these signs, and it lasts more than a couple of weeks, don't guess, don't wait. Instead of hoping it's nothing, make sure it is nothing. That peace of mind is worth everything. You've probably heard the word before, colonoscopy. And maybe, like a lot of people, just hearing it makes you uncomfortable. But here's what you may not realize. That uncomfortable word could be the very thing that saves your life. A colonoscopy is more than a screening. It's a prevention tool. During the procedure, a doctor looks inside your colon with a tiny camera. If they see polyps, those small early growths we mentioned, they can remove them right then and there. No pain, no hospital stay, no waiting. That means cancer never gets the chance to grow, and the numbers don't lie. At Top 10 Health Warnings, we dug deep into the research. A study published in NEJM found that colonoscopies reduce the risk of dying from colorectal cancer by up to 33% over time. Another large analysis showed they cut your chances of developing cancer by 52% and death by 62%. And if you do have cancer, early detection gives you options. A separate study revealed that when caught through screening, not symptoms, patients have a 5-year survival rate over 83%. That number drops fast if you wait until symptoms appear. Instead of fighting for life with chemotherapy, you may just need a quick procedure. Instead of a long hospital stay, you could be back home the same day. Instead of wondering, what if I'd caught it sooner? You can say, thank God I did. But none of that happens unless you take that first step. Yes, the prep isn't fun. Drinking the solution, emptying your bowels. But that discomfort is short-term. Cancer isn't. Wouldn't you trade one uncomfortable day for decades of life? Screening begins at age 45. But if you have a family history or persistent symptoms, you may need it sooner. And if a colonoscopy feels like too much, there are other options: stool DNA tests, blood tests, virtual scans. The point is, do something. Don't wait until you have to fight for your life. Choose to protect it now. Even after hearing the facts, the survival rates, and how preventable colon cancer truly is, many people still hesitate, not because they don't care, but because of long-held beliefs that feel true, but aren't. At Top 10 Health Warnings, we hear these beliefs all the time, and today, it's time to let them go. Misunderstanding, for one, I feel fine, so I must be fine. Colon cancer doesn't always shout. In fact, it's one of the quietest cancers in its early stages. Many people have no pain, no bleeding, no obvious signs until it's too late. Feeling healthy doesn't guarantee you're cancer-free. That's why they call it screening, not diagnosis. It's designed to catch what you can't see or feel. Misunderstanding number 2. A colonoscopy is painful, risky, or dangerous. Truth, it's not. A colonoscopy is a safe, routine procedure. You'll be sedated. You won't feel a thing. And the entire process usually takes less than 45 minutes. Most people are back home the same day. The real discomfort, it's in the preparation, not the procedure. And even that lasts just one day. Misunderstanding number 3. I'm too old to benefit from screening. This one hurts to hear because it's not true. If you're healthy enough to live independently, go to appointments, enjoy your daily life. You're healthy enough to benefit from screening. Age doesn't erase your value. It increases your need for prevention. Misunderstanding number 4, it's too expensive. I can't afford it. Yes, the cost of healthcare is real, but many insurance plans, including Medicare, cover colon cancer screening 100%. And for those without insurance, community health programs often offer discounted or free screenings. One phone call can open a door. Misunderstanding number 5. If I find out I have it, it'll ruin my life. This fear is powerful and understandable. But knowledge doesn't cause cancer. It helps stop it. Not knowing doesn't protect you. It just gives cancer time to grow. Finding out early gives you a chance to fight, to survive, to live. So let go of these myths. Instead of saying, what if it's bad news? Ask, what if I still have time to beat this? Because with colon cancer, time is everything, and action is what buys you more of it. There's something we need to say, and it might be hard to hear. Not every doctor gets it right. We've heard from so many people on Top 10 Health Warnings and beyond who went to their doctor with real symptoms and got brushed off. You're too young. It's probably just stress. We'll wait and see. One woman told us she had to invent extra symptoms just to get referred for a colonoscopy. Another said she went to the ER 4 separate times before anyone took her seriously. By the time they did, her cancer was already spreading. This isn't about blaming doctors. Most are doing their best. But your health? It's too important to leave in someone else's hands. You are the expert on your body. If something feels wrong, say so, and don't stop saying it. If a doctor dismisses you, get a second opinion, and a third if you need it. The truth is, doctors are busy, but you live in your body 24/7. You know what feels normal. And you know when it doesn't. Don't wait for permission to fight for your health. Instead of assuming they're right, ask, what if they're wrong? That question could be the turning point, especially if you're over 60. Your voice matters more than ever. Sometimes we get told it's just part of aging, but fatigue, pain, blood, fear, these aren't just normal. They're signals. Listen to them. Speak up. You don't need to be a medical expert. You just need to be your advocate. Because at the end of the day, the doctor might write the prescription, but you decide to fill it. The doctor might order the test, but you have to ask for it first. And in that moment, your voice might be what saves your life. There's a man I'll never forget. He was 78, soft-spoken, kind. When asked why he never went in for a colonoscopy, he looked down and said, "I just didn't think I mattered that much anymore." That sentence broke something in the room, but he's not alone. Far too many older adults believe their best years are behind them, that it's too late to fight for more time, or worse, they believe they're a burden, that their pain is just part of aging, that their absence wouldn't be such a big loss. If that's ever crossed your mind, please hear this from Top 10 Health Warnings. You matter. To your children, your grandchildren, your neighbors, your old friends who still think of you when they drive past your house. You matter not just for what you've done, but for what time you still have. Imagine this. One appointment, one screening, one clear result, and suddenly your future opens wide again. You get to hold your grandbaby's hand on their first day of school. You get to see your daughter walk down the aisle. You get to plant tomatoes again next spring. Instead of silently suffering and hoping it goes away, you take action. Instead of leaving your family with grief and questions, you leave them with years of memories. And if you're not doing it for you, do it for them. Do it for the ones who love you, even when you forget how much you're loved. Do it because a single test might be the reason you get 5 more years or 10. Instead of waiting for a crisis, choose prevention. Instead of fearing the outcome, claim your future. Because what's waiting on the other side of a simple screening isn't fear, it's freedom. If you're over 45, or you have a family history, or even just a quiet worry in the back of your mind, don't wait. Call your doctor, ask about screening, push for answers, because colon cancer can be silent, but you don't have to be. On Top 10 Health Warnings, we're here to remind you, your health is in your hands, and your time is still yours to protect. Don't let fear delay what could save your life. You've come this far. Now take the next step. Get screened while you still have the choice.